Hello guys, it's Chris here, otherwise known as UtdActive on Twitter. Now, unexpected late podcast this evening, but there's been a lot of updates this evening in regards to Frenkie de Jong, and there were some updates this morning that Manchester United fans weren't quite happy about in terms of Timber potentially staying at Ajax. So I'm just going to provide you some clarity on both of those potential deals and where we currently are, because we are in the key days and key hours in terms of both deals and what happens to them. So I'm going to just discuss it extremely quickly because it's quite late now where I am. So we'll just go through it and some of the updates I've got in the last hour or so in terms of what's going on. I've been looking at a lot of the news, making sure I fact check all of the stuff and provide you some updates in accordance to what's going on. So with Timber, this morning, I think it was around 8 o'clock this morning, we had some news from a reliable journalist who's quite close to Ajax, Mike, in terms of Timber potentially staying at Ajax. Now, you can take that two ways, is that could be true, or that could be a negotiation tactic from his agency and Timber that he wants to have more assurances at Manchester United that won't jeopardise his World Cup position and those sort of things. Or Louis van Gaal, who probably still holds a distaste in his mouth from Manchester United, who knows, has had a discussion with him around, you should probably stay at Ajax. That could have happened. But Timber, from what I understand, will make his own decision. Now, with Manchester United, what the update is at the moment is they still haven't pulled out the deal. So they're still confident. They still, they're happy with the fee for Ajax, so that's not a problem. And also the personal terms in terms of the wages wouldn't be a problem for Timber. What it is, and I've said this in the last few days, is that Timber's got to make a decision. And he's got to make it quickly because Manchester United have already said they're not waiting around for transfer targets. They've got a busy summer ahead. A lot of players have just left the club. Some of the players that should have left a long time ago have now left because Ten Hag doesn't want them or doesn't need them. And some of the players have gone because they want to move on from Manchester United, and that's totally understandable. So that's amicable. That's just total exits from Manchester United, so that's absolutely fine. Well, Manchester United are just waiting on Timber's decision. Now, it's entirely up to the player, of course. That's like most transfers, unless they're forced to be sold, which does happen. But Timber is interested in Ten Hag's project, but he wants to hear a little bit more about it. And if he's not happy, he'll stay at Ajax and maybe move next season to Manchester United. But they're not going to wait too long. They've asked for a decision from his agency pretty quickly, and the agency is still in negotiations with Manchester United. So there's still a deal that can be made there. It's just up to him. And he's incredibly young, so I understand why he's taking a little bit of time to decide and why he might want to stay at Ajax for another season. But then there's the opportunity in the pool for his last manager, Ten Hag, who's now at Manchester United, that can continue to develop him, and he played amazing football under him. So it's a lot of decisions, and we expect those to happen in the next few days. So that's where we are with Timber, and that's pretty much straight with what's going to go on with that one decision or not and come to Manchester United. So Frenkie de Jong, a lot of updates this morning, this afternoon, and today, being quite sparse in terms of who've been reporting it. But my understanding is that Barcelona are not signing the CVC agreement because of the potential exclusion of the Super League, which I don't think will ever happen anyway. But it's always on the table. It hasn't gone away. It's like a bad egg. But then also probably not happy with the terms. But there's been a lot of news that, okay, if they can't do that, they have to lower their salary and sell some players, which is absolutely true. They're going to have to if they want to buy some players that come in. So we've seen some news in the last couple of hours that Xavi has spoken to Frenkie de Jong and said, Barcelona and obviously us, we might have to sanction your sale because it helps us financially, and the board are not happy with your performances. Now, we don't know if that's true at the moment, so we can only just, base it on theories and those sort of things. But there's been a lot of news around Frenkie de Jong that he's potentially on the market and those sort of things. And it hasn't gone away over the last couple of months. It's still there. Barcelona haven't shut it down at any point. They've always said he's a key player, but, financial situation plays a part, And quite often than not, and my understanding is it probably isn't a key player for Barcelona, because if you look at it, why did they keep saying that? Why did they keep saying the financial situation? If they wanted to keep him, they would keep that key player, but they're looking at other midfielders, no sort of thing. So it doesn't make sense. It's normally just a negotiation tactic to make sure the value doesn't go down, because if you're Manchester United and you see Barcelona looking desperate, you're going to offer around 40, 50 million pounds. But Barcelona wants somewhere close to 85 million euros. I think that's negotiable, and that will probably come down. But my understanding is at the moment is Manchester United are just waiting in the wings, and as soon as Barcelona give them the green light, they'll just bid accordingly and what they feel is appropriate. So Barcelona are in that situation, and Barcelona do not want to sell to a Champions League club. They've already said that because they don't want it to hinder them in the Champions League. Although, I don't think they're going to go quite far in the Champions League. I think they've still got a lot of a rebuild to go there. Xavi's got a lot of work to do, and obviously Laporta understands that. So then he needs new players, and Frenkie de Jong is a valuable asset. So that's where we are with it at the moment. The next hours and days, as I said, are key for this deal. And Manchester United, same thing for Timber. They're not going to wait around. They want a decision. And Frenkie de Jong didn't squash the rumours in his interview. He just said he wanted to stay at Barcelona. And that is understandable because that's his dream club. But it doesn't always work that way. And a lot of fans are saying, well, why are we bothering? Well, players move on and they're professional. He's worked under Ten Hag before. That doesn't mean he's just going to, sulk around the football pitch. Absolutely not. He's a professional and he's a quality player, and he knows Ten Hag's system and he knows what Ten Hag expects from him. So, there's that key part. And Manchester United have had negotiations and Ten Hag has pushed for him. And they're obviously clearly confident after those discussions to go and have formal talks with Barcelona. So we're at that key stage where Barcelona have to give a decision and they have to say, right, we have to sell this player. And then Manchester United will bid. And that's where we are. Manchester United have a bid ready to go in. So as soon as they get the green light, they will bid. And if Barcelona say, actually, we don't want to do it, then Manchester United will move on to other targets. So it's key hours and key days ahead, but they feel confident. So let's see what happens. And that is where we are with those two transfer targets at the moment. And I just wanted to give you a short piece and some clarity, because a lot of the times on Twitter, there's a lot of sparse reports. People will say half of what the news is. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of clarity from what I found out in terms of those particular transfers. I appreciate you guys today. Make sure you have a great weekend and enjoy yourselves, and let's see what happens in the transfers over the weekend. We might have to do another podcast tomorrow. The moment it's going incredibly fast. Make sure you like and subscribe on this video. Come into our Discord, and we're approaching 14,000 followers on Twitter. That's amazing. I appreciate all the support from you guys. And yeah, guys, have a great weekend. Take care now. Bye-bye.